Hi and welcome to another video. Today we'll be making this animation of Z1 text, and you can see how the letters are changing with every second. And we will first let's start it with the index.html file, and let's create a document. I will change the title to Z1 text CTECHS project 1 smoke. Name you can change it to whatever you want. I have just given it a random name. Now let's create a div container with a class of center, and we will create an unordered list, and we will create list of z. Basically we will create a number of list for z1 t e c h and s. Let me change it, and because all of these letters will have a certain time after which they will be shown. Okay, so now let's go to the style, and first before going to the style, let's link it with the link relation style sheet href style.css. Now I have attached my css to the html, and I am creating a style.css. Now I just need to now style my all the tags which I have used in the html. Now let's just open it, and you can see the basic z1 text. Now let's style it. I will always start with a body tag of margin. Let's give it a 0 margin. Padding also give it a 0, and we can give it a font family. You can change the font family or whatever you want. I just like this. Now let's give it a background of 262626. We will change it later as well. Now let's take a class of position and give it a position of relative 50% from top, and basically, oh no, yeah, I will change it to absolute 20, and then left of 50% as well. And now give it a transform of translate with minus 50% and minus 50% from both x and y. Now let's use the unordered list and give it a margin of 0, padding also 0, and I will use the display flex for it because for the responsive issues, obviously, to make it responsive. Now I am using ULLI's lifestyles none. I don't want the list style, those dot, I don't like them. You'll use the color FFF, font size of 6 cm. Okay, now let's create a font weight of bold, or you can use bolder as well, whatever you want. Let's list letter spacing of 10 pixel. You can increase the letter spacing as well. You can use filter, and we can give it a blur color. I want, for example, if I want them to be blurred, I will give it a 1 pixel. You can see how a little blur it is. Okay, now I will create an unordered list, and we will use a hover li, animation, animate 2-second linear, and infinite time for indefinite time, how like for 10 times infinite times. Now let's use that animate which we have created, and use keyframe, and you can see it is a function type of thing, and you can animate it. And now let's give it 0%. Now on which word, for example, when it is on initial position, what should happen, and use transform, and I want it to rotate on the 0 or 0 degrees rotate. When it is 0%, it should not rotate when it is 0, and translate it y to 0 minus or 0 pixel as well. I don't want it to do anything else on 0%. Now let's change it to 100%, and we can see that we will rotate it to 45 degrees, and we will translate it as well. Now we can see that how it is translating, but we want it to be blur as well, and we want to change the opacity as well. So we can change the opacity to 1, and at 0 degree, because we don't want to be blur, and at opacity at 100% should be 0. Now we will see, I put my cursor on, and you can see how it is disappearing at 0. Now we will use a filter to blur it, and I wanted to blur it 1 pixel, and so just simply 1 pixel blur, and I will copy it and paste it in the 100% as well, and we will 20 pixels. Okay, now let's reload the page, and you can see how it is changing. Now let's just change the color as well, because I told you I will change the background color. I don't like it. Let's change the color to reddish something color. Let's change it to this one. Okay, let's reload the page, save it, reload it, and you can see how it is changing. Okay, now what I want is, I want every letter to be rotated in after 0.2 seconds. Every Z1 T E C H S after should make an animation after 0 seconds. So let's create an nth child. N child means if there is 7 letters, you can create 7th number of list, or 6, or it depends on whatever letter you are using. 1 2 3 4 5 6, or let me count 7. There are, okay, 6 7. That's 6 and 7. Now let's change the every time to from 0.0 0.2 0.4 0.6 0.8 0.1 1 and 1.2, and now you can see how it is animation. I hope you like the video. Subscribe the channel. Thank you.